Ronnie! Hello. Hi, Sarah. How's it going?
They're ruined, Ronnie. I can't do anything right.
Why don't you go and find Emma and give her this present, sweetheart, okay? It's all right. Here. You okay?
Get a wriggle on! You're still not changed. The client's phoned twice already to check we're still coming. She sounds totally neurotic.
It's only for you to stress as well. I'll be ready in 2 shakes. It's not that far, is it?
48 Newman Drive. It's just...
I know where it is. Who's the client?
Mrs. Denton. You okay?
Yeah, fine. Just don't want to be late.
Hallelujah! Finally he agrees with me.
There you go.
Oh, you're very kind. I'm sorry about before.
Oh, don't worry. It's okay.
Well, birthdays are supposed to be a family time, but I lost my mum recently and it's...
I heard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sometimes it all gets a bit too much.
What about Emma's dad? Couldn't he help out?
We're not together anymore. Emma's all the family I've got now. Anyway, today's her day, so there is no point crying over burnt cakes.
Well, you're lucky you didn't get George to help with the catering. She'd burn a salad, that one, if you gave her the chance.
Well, actually, I'd have been glad of the help. One of the other mums let me down at the last minute. I don't suppose you...
I really need to be getting back.
Please, Ronnie, I don't think I can manage this lot on my own, not today.
Okay. I suppose a couple of hours wouldn't hurt.
Thank you. Oh, maybe I better give the clowns another call.
Hello, you.
Hello, my gorgeous, sexy, intelligent husband.
Right, what are you after?
Well, it's like this. I've forgotten that Bracken's got to go to a birthday party today.
All right, whenabouts is that?
Now-ish.
Ish?
No, now, actually, just now.
We've been here for ages, George.
Oh, now you see if I told you how much I love you today.
Yes, but you can make it up to me later if you like.
Oh, if you insist.
I'm gonna need lots of TLC. Sarah's roped me in to help out.
Oh, you're a hero. And I hope that she rewards you by giving you loads of jelly and ice cream.
And clowns.
Do you see clowns? I think are a bit creepy. But you and Bracken, enjoy yourself, and I will see you later. Till tonight, my love. What?
No, nothing. No. I wish that someone would talk to me like that. I like a feisty wench. Talking of which, where's Julia? Haven't seen her all day. Or Lily, for that matter. One might jump to the conclusion that they're both trying to avoid me.
Why would anybody want to do that, Dr. Carter?
Well, quite.
You okay to get the gear? I better let her know we've arrived.
Medicinal compound, most efficacious in every case. Mr. Fleas had sticky out ears.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Just a bit.
No, I apologize. I didn't mean to upset you. The wet look suits you. Not many women can get away with it.
Lame practical jokes and dodgy lines. The kids are gonna love you.
That's the plan. There you are. This is Jim, a.k.a. Mrs. Bumble.
Sarah. Well, I better get back to the screaming hordes. Give us a call if you need anything.
Right, shall we get set up?
You've been a very good girl in the car, haven't you, hey? Hey? Lisa?
Is she okay?
She's fine. Just have a look for yourself.
Oh, my darling. How big you've grown. Mummy missed you so much. What on earth were you thinking? Taking her away? I've been waiting here for hours, freezing to death and going out of my mind.
Hang on a minute. You just abandoned your daughter, my daughter too, actually, with a complete stranger. What on earth were you thinking anything could have happened? And where have you been? Did you even spare a thought for Izzy?
It's Isabel, not Izzy.
Look, this is stupid, okay? Let's get her in the warm, have a chat, and then you can see for yourself. Look at the bags.
What's up with you today? Last thing I need is for Sarah to start blubbing again because we don't start the show on time.
Yeah, sorry.
Enter. Julia. Looks a tad daunting.
Yes, well, daunting or not, appraisals have got to be done, Heston.
Indeed.
And as you are a partner...
Of course. When would you like to appraise me?
I wouldn't. I'd like you to help appraise the rest of the team.
Right. Right. So what's to be done?
It can be quite arduous, you know.
I am not one to shirk my responsibilities.
No, of course you're not. Right, well, there you are. I've printed you off a set of the guidelines. If there's anything that you do not understand or you're not clear on, ask me, OK? And I thought it would be best to split up the rest of the team between us like this.
Well, I don't see my name. Or Lily's, for that matter.
Yeah, well, that's because you're partners and it's a different process. But in the not-too-distant future, I will be setting up a mutual assessment for you both.
A mutual assessment?
Yeah, it's just a little chat, you know, see how you're getting on, settling in. Any concerns that you want to discuss. But right now, my priority is the staff appraisals, OK?
Then they're mine too. I will do everything in my power to take some of the burden off your shoulders, Julia.
Well, thank you, Heston. That is music to my ears.
Right. I'll get right down to it.
You're looking a bit brighter.
Yeah, I think a good laugh is just what I need right now.
Right, what's next, Mrs. Bumble?
Eggs, of course, Tumble, you idiot! You can't make a cake without eggs!
I knew that.
I don't think he did, do you?
No.
Do you? And, where do we get eggs from, birthday girl?
From the fridge, Mrs. Bumble.
I knows that one.
No, you don't, you numbskull! I don't think he knows anything, do you, children?
Well, these ones came from the fridge. Your eggs, Mrs. Bumble.
Nincompoop! You have to break the eggs first.
Oh, how do you do that then?
Like this. Thank you very much.
I thought about Isabel every second we were apart, but I knew I wasn't in a fit state to care for her properly. After my parents died so close together, it was, I don't know, like I fell into a black hole.
You did what you felt was right at the time.
You've obviously been brilliant with Isabel.
Good job, I'm a doctor, eh?
I'm sorry for lashing out before. It's me I'm angry with, not you. What kind of mother abandons her child?
One who doesn't know what else to do.
You make it sound so reasonable, Daniel. But I'm not sure I'll ever forgive myself for leaving her.
Thanks.
That went down well.
Yeah, I just hope Sarah and Emma enjoyed it.
I think everyone loved it.
How long have you and Sarah been together then?
Oh, no, we're not here.
Oh, thanks.
No, my daughter and Emma are friends.
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have assumed.
I was just helping out. I still don't know how I got roped in. I had a whole stack of documents I was hoping to get through this afternoon.
What line of work are you in?
Solicitor.
Really? Oh, really? I wonder if I can ask your advice.
Oh, that's better.
Do you get sick of being covered in goo?
I love it, making kids laugh.
Best job in the world.
It's not just the kids. I thought you were brilliant.
Oh. Why, thank you.
But then I've always liked funny men.
As long as you don't mean funny peculiar.
Not in the least bit peculiar.
That's not what my partner would say.
She's, very lucky.
You need to tell her.
But how?
Carefully.
It's a good job I'm not paranoid. Anyone would think you two were talking about me.
No, it's just boring work stuff.
I always say the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
I'll go and wash up now if you don't mind.
Oh, look at the state of you two!
Is this your room, Emma? Would you like to show it to me?
Jim says you've been together 15 years.
Yeah, we met at drama school. I had ambitions to join the RSC, but I doubt it would have been this much of a giggle. And the business is doing well.
I was talking about you being a couple.
We don't usually mention that at work. How did it come up?
There was a legal issue Jim wanted some advice on.
Making a will, I'll bet. He's obsessed with the age difference. Thinks he's gonna drop down dead and leave me destitute.
If you'd just let me explain.
Get out.
What's going on? Jim?
He was sitting on the bed with Emma. Ronnie, call the police.
You better tell her.
What are you on about? This disgusting man conned his way into my...
Tell her what? Jim?
I'm sorry. Please, love, I'd never do anything to hurt Emma.
Oh, don't you dare love me. I want you out of my house.
Please, Sarah, hear him out.
I'm not some kind of pervert, Sarah. I'm your dad.
Lily, you're here.
Yes, so it appears.
House calls this morning?
And I haven't had lunch yet, so if you'll excuse me.
I just need a moment of your precious time. Julia and I have been discussing the upcoming appraisals.
I haven't been here long enough for an appraisal.
Quite, so I just thought an informal chat or mutual assessment.
If we must.
Oh, we definitely must. How about dinner tonight? I'll take you to the finest restaurant in Leatherbridge, my treat, of course.
Oh, that doesn't sound very informal.
Just because it's business doesn't mean it can't be pleasant.
Well, I have plans this evening.
Oh.
I'll check my diary and let you know when I'm free.
Mum told me you were dead. You walked out on us when I was 5, and then you died.
Maggie and me, we tried to make things work. But I was just kidding myself, trying to cover up who I really was. She said a gay man didn't have the right to be a father.
And so you just went? You didn't try to see me?
I'd been unfaithful to her, love. I accepted this was my punishment. I sent you cards and presents for a while.
So you just got on with it and moved on?
I thought it was for the best.
That's what Michael said the night you walked out on me and Emma. Looks like history's repeating itself.
I'm so sorry, love.
I'm sorry, this is just a... I think you should go now.
Hey, Lily, you want some tea?
Coffee, please. Black.
What day?
No, it's fine. This ridiculous mutual assessment thing I have to do with Heston, is it really necessary?
Well, as partners, we've all got to go through the assessment process.
Well, can't you assess me?
I suppose... the thing is, though, I've got... Oh, I'm up to here with it, with all the other appraisals. And I thought it just made sense, really, that, you and Heston being doctors, that you assessed each other.
Oh, seems there's no escape, then.
Julia Parsons, you are a wonderful woman. I'd give you my heart if it wasn't promised to another.
That's a real shame.
I need to think.
I know this must be a bit of a shock.
Yeah, just a bit. 15 years, Jim. Why couldn't you tell me you had a family? Do you know how stupid I feel? Thinking about all the times I suggested a civil partnership. No wonder you kept putting me off.
It was complicated.
I'll say.
I'm sorry I never told you. I thought about it so many times, I just couldn't find the words. I was ashamed.
So you should be. Walking out on your daughter like that.
Not just that. You've always been sure of yourself, comfortable with who you are. It took me so long. I made a lot of mistakes along the way.
A mistake? Is that all Sarah is to you?
Sarah was the best thing that ever happened to me. Till I met you. I do love you. We are going to be okay, aren't we?
That depends on whether you're going to try and get your daughter back.
There's no point. She's made it very clear that she doesn't want to know me.
So you're just going to give up?
I don't know what else to do.
Well, I know this much. You can't go far without those.
Well, thank you for the present.
Bye then. Say bye, Emma. Bye.
There's only a couple of kids left. I really appreciate you staying.
Oh, it's okay. How are you doing?
I can't believe my mum lied. All those years thinking he was dead.
Well, infidelity is difficult to come to terms with. And sometimes people say things without thinking of the consequences.
I'll never get the chance to ask her now. I'm furious. I've been grieving for so long.
Well, doesn't that make it easier to give Jim another chance?
He doesn't seem to want one. What kind of a man walks out on his daughter not once but twice?
What are you playing at, Jim? Your daughter's a few yards away, but you'd rather scrabble in the dirt for your keys than go and talk to her. Can't get away fast enough, eh?
You don't understand. The key ring, it was Sarah's. It's the only thing I've got left.
That tatty little teddy bear?
Sarah was about 4 when I gave it to her. She loved her, Mr. Bear. And I know it was wrong, but the night I left, I took it with me. I just wanted something of Sarah's.
Good job it isn't lost then. An old trick I used to play on my dog. Drove him mad.
She's so content. You must be a natural. Oh, I'd better get her things together after this. I want to go home and get the house warmed up. It's probably freezing after being empty for so long.
Oh, well, you know, maybe it's better if you stay here, both of you. Yeah, I can make the spare bedroom up. That's no problem. Lily won't mind.
Lily?
Yeah, my landlady. And as you say, it's probably freezing at your place. So, there we go. And I bet you haven't had a chance to buy anything for yourself, have you, shopping-wise, or anything for Isabel, so...
It's a really kind offer, Daniel, but I think it's best to get her home and into a routine as soon as possible. Hey. I told you to leave.
We won't keep you long.
Everything okay?
Jim's just going. He's good at that.
Sarah, please! This has been a shock for me too. Can't we just talk about it?
There's nothing to say. Can't you make them go?
You never had a choice about your dad. If you hear them out, then at least you can decide for yourself.
Go on then, say your piece.
I got married for all the wrong reasons. It wasn't fair on your mum. I know I've made mistakes, Sarah, but you weren't one of them. And I think it's about time I gave you this back.
Mr. Bear.
He's a clean girl, then.
Do you mean her or me? I've forgotten about the projectile vomiting. Thanks for this.
Pleasure.
Daniel, I was thinking about your offer to stay. Is it too late to change my mind?
Of course not. We'd love you to stay.
You were right about there being nothing in the house. After such a long flight, I'd really appreciate your help with Isabel.
It's the first time she's had us here together. I think she likes it.
I don't know what you expect me to say. It's fine, Dad. All's forgiven. Let's just pick up where we left off. It'll take more than a stupid keyring, you know.
You're right. I've done nothing but let you down. I should have fought for access, Sarah, but I didn't know where to start.
He's here now. Doesn't that count for anything?
It's too little too late. I mean, what about birthdays, Christmases?
I was there for you. I stood outside year after year, trying to summon up the courage to ring the bell.
One birthday I saw a man staring up at my bedroom window and I managed to convince myself that it was you.
It was me. I just wanted a glimpse of you.
Is that all? I wanted my dad.
I should have had the guts to knock on the door.
Yes, you should.
I thought about coming to see you afterwards. And then Maggie wrote and said you thought I was dead.
I wondered how long it would take for all this to be Mum's fault. Oh. I'm sorry. I've heard enough.
Come on. At least we've tried.
Sarah, what are you doing? You came back, I thought that was what you wanted.
It's for the best.
You were furious at Michael when he left you and Emma. Don't you think you're doing exactly what your mum did?
Jim, wait. You forgot this.
If you don't want it, just throw it away.
Well, I'd like to keep it if that's okay.
Well, it's yours, love.
Do you want to come back inside for a cup of tea? Hey, my darling. I want you to meet someone special. This is Mr. Bear. He used to belong to Mummy. My dad gave him to me when I was very little and I've just found him again.
I think it's time I took this little one home.
Thanks, Ronnie, for everything.
Ta-da!
Wow, this looks fantastic. I'll never be able to thank you for everything you've done.
I'm a dad.
Yeah, and I forgot that for a while. Losing my parents so close together, I was in a dark place for a long time. All my family were in Argentina. I had no support network.
Well, you had me.
Hardly. It was one night, Daniel.
A rather wonderful night, I seem to remember.
Yeah, it was. But neither of us planned on ending up here.
You sorry we have?
No, of course not. I wouldn't be without Izzy for the whole world. Listen to me. Who am I kidding? I left her with a virtual stranger.
You took the time you needed, and I got to know my daughter.
You don't hate me?
I can't pretend it wasn't a shock. I know what it's like to stare into the abyss. Done some pretty stupid things in my time. Things I'm not planning to repeat.
You're a reformed character.
Trying to be. For Izzy.
You're very sweet, Daniel. And an excellent cook.
You did a good thing today.
Does that mean I get a reward?
See, that's exploiting my sentimental nature for sexual favours, Mr. Heston.
I thought I was on a promise.
You're always on a promise. She's grown up so fast. Seen Daniel today with Izzy. Mind you what they were like when they were tiny.
Yeah, all those sleepless nights.
Yes. And the smell of milky vomit constantly hanging around.
Radioactive nappies.
Always thinking, even contemplating doing that again.
Absolutely barking.
Come on.
I shouldn't, with the wine and the jet lag. I'll never get up in the morning.
We'll take the morning off. I don't have to be at work till Friday. You can take the time to get yourself straight before you take Isabel home.
I was wrong about you. All the time I was away, I was worried that you would have palmed Isabel off on some relative or girlfriend. I expected to come back and find some hysterical woman ready to pull my hair out.
Well, I don't know exactly how my landlady will react, but I don't think hair pulling's her style. And if that was a question, then yes, I am single.
I didn't mean that.
You know, it's funny how she's taken over my life.
In a good way, I hope.
Yeah,
You're smitten, aren't you?
completely. And her mother is pretty wonderful too.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry, I thought we were getting on really well.
As friends. At least that's what I assumed. You're so predictable. I thought you'd grown up, but now I see you're exactly the same as you were before.
That's not true, okay? I just misread the situation.
We might have a daughter together, but that's all we have. Or ever will have. I knew you'd come back not a moment too soon.
And what does that mean?
Good night, Daniel. Just because you're a doctor, it doesn't make you the world's greatest baby expert.
But you must possess the Stradivarius of diaphragms.
Oh, you really think so?
Oh, I am Tomaka.
Intimate atmosphere, soft music, and a rather cheeky wine list.
We discussed this, no.
Back to school. There's a deadly lesson to be learned for Dr. Sloan next here on BBC One Scotland. Stay with us for Diagnosis Murder.